Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we are going to look at the brand new palette from Makeup by Mario. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the neutrals. We're going to look at it. We're going to do lots of comparisons, talk about it, and try on a few different looks. I'm very glad to have you here. Don't forget that you can also catch my content over on Instagram, TikTok, and on Threads. So I have a full face of Makeup by Mario. I was meaning to have this video out days ago, but I have indeed been the victim of some pretty bad deliveries lately. Yeah, just a rash of really late deliveries. So I realize this is still a timely video, but not as quick as I usually get them out. I too fall prey to USPS, UPS, and FedEx. So it's been a little delayed, but I am happy to have it here now, and I'm happy to work with it. This won't be as long as some of my other videos with multi-products, but still, if you have someplace to be and you need to get to a certain part of this video quicker than others, make sure that you make use of the detail timestamps below. They are listed in the description bar down below, but also across the bottom of the video, so you can find what you need quickly, though I hope to have you here for everything, of course. Okay, the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the neutrals, is $50. It is a neutral, creamy, buildable palette that doubles as eyeshadow powder, actually. We're not going to use it for that today, but I think it's pretty obvious it could be that. This, of course, as you know, I'm sure, is the second Master Mattes palette from Mario. That is a lot of alliteration. Master Mattes from Makeup by Mario. And it is a much more neutral palette. So a lot of people are comparing it with the first. We're going to have lots of swatches. Here's the first right here. Interestingly enough, the first, also matte, has a shiny case, and this one has a much more matte case. Kind of interesting. Okay, so a lot of people are saying, I've avoided reviews and stuff, but you know, I couldn't help but see that a lot of people say these are the warm matte shades, and these are the cool, the new one is the cool matte shades. But I have to be honest with you, warm, this is the first one, this is the second one. I have to be honest with you, it's not so much that these are cool, this new one, as they are, as Mario says, neutral. They're neutrals. And a little bit cooler, but people have been debating this. The name isn't, the description is in the title. This is the Master Mattes, the neutrals. These are very truly neutral shades, which Makeup by Mario, as a practicing makeup artist, is well aware. And that whole color theory thing, where neutral is sometimes called cool, or where warm is sometimes called neutral, you know, these are really true neutral shades. We're going to make a look with them and try them on. The formulas are a little bit different, and I want to talk about that as well. Let's go ahead first of all and go to the swatches. Now, all of this stuff is going to be listed below for you to purchase, but also look down there for information on giving super thanks, which of course I always appreciate, but also for information on our $4.99 a month members only network, where we have weekly members only lives. So I'm very excited about that. I would love to see you there. All right, let's go to some swatches and some swatch comparisons. We're going to do these first few swatches in two different lightings. Okay, so here is our new. Let's start with this. Our new, this is $50 Makeup by Mario Master Mattes Neutrals palette. First in studio lighting. That is how it is laid out in the palette. You'll see right there. And I think it comes off really well even in studio lighting. I think sometimes these palettes only look good in natural lighting, but this one looks good in studio lighting. You can tell a makeup artist made it, right? And then we're going to take it outside into the warm, very warm actually, California sunshine. Not to make you jealous, depending on the part of the world you're in, but it's hot, downright hot in Los Angeles area where I am. And those shades are right there. They're really, really quite pretty. Let's talk about the formula here. So Mario has had a bunch of eyeshadow palettes he's done. He's done some metallics, but they're bright colors. Don't really belong here. He also had these little quads. Do you guys remember this? I have the first one here. This is the #1 Nude palette. Do you remember these little quads? I didn't like the formula that much in these little quads. I'm a big fan of Makeup by Mario, but these little quads he did quite a few of them. They weren't my absolute favorite. I did like the first mattes. the old one that's right here that people are calling warm versus this new one. I did like those a little bit more, but I think these are a little creamier. This older version is a little creamier. These are a little bit more of a buildable powder. Nothing wrong with it, but we'll try them on the eyes in a little bit. And then, of course, we are going to look at it compared to this nude quad. Some of the other quads had purples and different shades in them, but that's the nude one. And then I also, of course, want to look at it with ethereal eyes. So here's ethereal eyes. We're going to have some swatches in a moment, but here's ethereal eyes, which was quite the hit for Mario and has been since re-released when it ran out. And here's our brand new neutrals, the Master Mattes neutrals, right here that I'm shaking up and down. And here is our ethereal eyes. So we're going to do a few different swatches here. First of all, I left those on my arm the way they're laid out in the palette, but I want you to see here in studio lighting, we have the older on the top, so the older Master Mattes, the first one on the top. It's a little bit creamier in formula, I think. That doesn't mean this one is bad, it's just a difference. And then underneath it, I went ahead and lined up the ethereal eyes. So take a look at that there. Once again, we have our brand new Master Mattes, the neutrals in the middle. On top, we have our original Master Mattes, and on the bottom, the ethereal eyes. Just wanted you to be able to take a look at those and really study it. Of course, if you need to see those a little better, I'm happy to do that for you over on Instagram. That is what I use my Instagram for. So I'm really happy to do that for you. That's just fine. And if you need any cross-brand references, I'm happy to do that too. If I just started going into brown neutral palettes, if I picked up Esam and Voyeur and all of these, we would just kind of be here forever. And a lot of people run out of patience for that. I don't blame them. But that is what I do over on Instagram. So you're welcome to request anything that you need to see. Now, I did mention this old #1 palette here. I never liked the formula in these, but let's take a look at it. I realized and I added that at the end. So what we have here is the same swatches that you just saw, but I've added this one over on the left side towards my elbow. So in the middle is our brand new Master Mattes neutrals. Top is the original Master Mattes, bottom is ethereal, and then over to the side there, lined up in like little four little ones, is this little Nude #1 palette, just in case you have it, because it is Makeup by Mario, and its formula is a little different than all of these. I would say the original Master Mattes is our most kind of creamy. Ethereal eyes are quite a few different shades, including some ethereal toppers, really. And then this is our most buildable powder, almost like a working, this is more like, say, the Esam formula, speaking of Esam or even Voyeur, to be honest. And perhaps you will disagree. You're welcome to disagree with me down below, as long as we're all polite to each other. I love dialogue. In fact, I encourage it very, very much. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and start working with these a little bit and maybe make two different looks here if we can. I do want to ask that if you haven't subscribed, that you please do. YouTube is giving me so much trouble unsubscribing people. So please check that you're subscribed and indeed subscribe. Coming this week also is our big giveaway to celebrate 20,000, because we're well over 20,000 now. And we're going to celebrate it this week with a huge giveaway. And I have gathered all of your Q&A questions, so many good ones. So I will be giving you a little bit more information about me if you are interested. After all, you spent so much time with me, you might as well know. And that will be coming this week too. So I'll make sure you know when that's coming out and how to enter the giveaway. Easy. Everyone says, I don't know how to enter the giveaways and you got to go to Instagram. Nah, it'll be a comment on a YouTube video. I'll make it super easy, and international will be a-okay by me because I'm sending it out myself. And you always get candy too when I do giveaways. So we have some really good stuff. Okay, now let's take a look at this here. Make sure you subscribe though, you do have to do that. Okay, I got a bunch of different brushes here. I got some Sonia G, I got some Rephr. Let's start with the Rephr number 16. And I'm going to go into this shade here. Now this is a decidedly cool shade. These they have numbers on them. So this is a decidedly cool shade right here. There's no doubt about that. Kind of a gray. And what I want to do is I want to kind of gently go into the crease, but I'm going to concentrate it here on the outer corner. And a little bit more concentrated also on the inner part. And then just gently throughout the rest of it. But I'm going to, again, concentrate and just kind of rub there and kind of concentrate on the inner as well. And then I'm going to switch brushes. This is a Sonia G Kiyaki brush, that same gray. And I'm going to just run it, I think, actually all the way under. And I think that's really pretty. I've left a kind of a hole right there in the middle of the mobile lid. And on that, I'm going to keep this brush right here that I just ran that under because I'm okay with that. I'm going to go into this shade right here, right above that gray we used. These are so silky and creamy. They do really remind me of Isom. And I'm going to open up the eye here and just kind of blend out that dark gray with it. Now I am a need to be accused. I'll accuse myself of being a broken record and that I repeat myself a lot. But if you are new to this channel, please know that I do leave the artistry to you. I am an editor, a fashion and beauty editor and writer, and I interview all the big guys or have interviewed all the big makeup artists, but I myself am a home user when it comes to application, okay? So I have a lot of fun, but I do leave the artistry to you. I'm gonna go up one more. That wasn't quite bright enough. When you put your brush into these, they are so creamy, dreamy. Ah, there we go. That's a nice brighter shade. And I really brightened up the middle there. And I'm going to put that there like that. Now what I have done there is I just kind of wanted to just get a brighter look with a little bit of a deeper look around it. So check that out. I'm just having fun. What do you guys think? Is that nice? Okay. And I think I want to do something maybe also a little darker. Let's deepen it a little bit. This gray here, let's go into this black. Now this to me would be a liner shade. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. I'm going to take that same rougher brush, remember the 16, but I am going to kind of take that off a little bit there. And I just want to be very gentle. I want to just deepen that gray that we had just a little bit, especially on the outer portion and right here. I don't want to deepen it there in the inner corner, because I don't really want... Okay. Now, what I would probably do on I like this. I like an all matte look. I think this is actually very chic. But what I would probably do, I admit to you, is and maybe we will together, I would go into the Ethereal eyes and grab just a little bit of sparkle. Can't help it. Or, you know, whatever highlighter I was using that day. But that's me. You be you. Okay, let's try to do something a little different on the other eye. Okay, I'm going to take this as a Sonia G brush. This is decidedly brown and gray. Let's do something, this is decidedly black and gray, and let's do something brown. Okay, so I'm going to go into this cocoa shade all the way over here, and I'm going to just do that on the outer corner. And then I think I'm going to take the brush, I don't care if this is on it a little bit, and I'm going to go up into this taupe shade and run this all over the eye. Now I had that slightly darker shade on my brush, and I'm okay with that. I just want to put this all over the eye. Put that down so I can see what I'm doing better here. And I just want to put that taupe all over the eye, although it should be a little darker here. Going back into it, same brush, no need to make brush laundry. I got enough brush laundry as it is. And I'm just putting this on the outside, not the inside, just the outside. And I'm going to kind of layer this one. We're going to layer this look more than we layered. See, already we have a big difference. Already we have a big difference between this eye, as you can see, and this one. Because this one we're going to kind of layer on the product. Okay, so that's two shades there. I'm going to go back into the deeper one and just kind of go back into that outer corner and down below. I'm going to switch to another Sonia G into deeper shade. Yeah, and just go here. You can have a lot of fun with mattes. We have become, and I admit I am, a little bit reliant on these sparkly shades throughout the years as highlighter has gotten bigger. We never used to, though. We used to really have matte eyes, and they were always beautiful. Okay, and then I'm going to take the same brush right here that we have and go over here into this third shade. I'm just kind of trying to use as many shades as I can. Just kind of go into the crease a little bit. Again, we are building up and layering over product, whereas on this side we did not do that. And then right into this lightest shade, oh, dare I do it, and just go right into the middle and then kind of blend and right into the inner corner and blend. I want to darken that a little bit. Let's go in with this shade here and just, there we go. So we have a similar kind of look. They're matte, but and of course, if you were an actual makeup artist, which we know I am not, you could do a lot more with this. And that's the look there, which is very, very pretty. Now, what happens if we were to take our finger and go into this Ethereal Eyes and take that shade there and just kind of, see, I like that. Look, I just did it right there in the sun, just a little bit, just a little bit. Or what if I were to take this rougher, which is a number 12, and go into this shade right here and put that here and here. So a little bit more on there. See, I don't know. I like that. Oh, I'm going to go crazy and put it all over the eye. Remember, we layered this eye anyway. And as you can see from the big divot in it, I like this shade. So I just mix the two. You might not have ethereal eyes, but I'm sure you have another palette of some sort with some sort of glittery sparkle fun in it. And I just like that. So I jazzed it up a little bit, I admit. You know, you can say I'm a traitor. I'm a traitor to the matte side. Maybe that's true. And is this cool toned? Certainly some shades in here are, which is not really anything we could say about the original Master Mattes. I don't think that had any that were cool. Now I have a full face of Mario on here. I have the Mario foundation. I have the bronzer. I have his cream blush. I'll have all that information listed down below, but we have done a whole full face. I even have his brow pencil, which I think is really one of the best on the market. I have his lip pencil. I have his lip gloss, everything Mario. I am a big fan of Mario's work. I think it's beautiful. And I think this is no exception. Who needs this palette? Well, I think you need this, especially as an accompaniment palette. You might say you have those already. Fair, but this is really pretty. It goes on beautifully. It doesn't poof in the air, but it's powdery and buildable. It is pretty. It is easy to use. It is easy to get a sophisticated everyday look, but you can line it and make it darker. For instance, I could take that black or that gray right here and go under. Look, I didn't even tap off the brush, so I could go under and make it even smokier and smoke it out even more if I wanted to. Anything that you want, you can achieve night or day with this palette. So I know a little mismatched here. And like I said, you can leave it alone, or like I did, you can match it with your favorite ethereal topper or sparkle shade. It's a really good one to have. And as Mario says, you can even use these into the brow, which I kind of want to try here. I don't have a lot on my brows. Look at that. There's just look at that. I went into this kind of darkest brown. I have kind of almost espresso shaded eyebrows. I don't dye them or anything. This is them. Actually, that looks quite nice. I did that one brow. What do you think? I think that looks quite nice. So it's a really nice one to have with you. It has a mirror, a nice mirror under this. Yeah, it's got a little cover on it, but under the mirror. And when it closes, it's very nice and secure. Easily cleansable, easily cleaned. And you can take this with you and have kind of any look you want if you want to add a pop of color or something. So I think it's a very good one for $50. So the price is right when you compare it to some other neutrals. I mean, the Easton palettes are about $80. So, and this kind of performs like those, that really creamy, but definitely a powder. When I say creamy, I'm making you think of some of the Natasha Denona cream to powders. I don't mean that, but I just mean it's very, they don't poof up in the air, but it's definitely a powder that builds. It's not a cream shadow, and I think they're lovely. So you need to tell me what you think. I have watched no other reviews. I know that I didn't get this quite as quickly as I get other things, so I know that there's been other reviews out there. I have yet to see them, so I hope I'm not the only one that likes these. I think it's really pretty. Maybe it's not the most interesting, but Mario, as a makeup artist, knows that it's necessary. So tell me what you think. Tell me what other swatches and swatch comparisons you need me to do over on Instagram. I got your back. I'm here for you. Let me know. Make sure that you subscribe and share and like. And I hope to see all of you in the next video. Don't forget that Q&A and giveaway is coming this week, so make sure you're subbed for that.